Welcome to another edition of Old Guys Loving Life. I'm your host, Perry, broadcasting today from Studio 1A at the Westwood Brewery and Resort. It's been a crazy week, and first of all, I have to apologize to everyone that we're late getting a podcast up this week. Normally they go out on Sunday, but wow, things just, when things happen, things happen. We woke up early Sunday morning. We had no AC in the house, and rather than pay astronomical prices for a technician to come out and service on Sunday, we opted for Monday, of course, and so I waited all day Monday for the technician to come up. Meanwhile, my buddy Wayne is, hey man, when we're going to do the show? When we're going to do the show? Well, sorry man, I gotta wait for the AC guy. I mean, we can't actually do the show with no AC anyway, because after last week, which I'll talk about later, but after last week, we decided no more garage for a while because we sweated our you-know-whats off, and the flies were attacking, and the fan was on, and anyway, we'll get into that. So we decided we were going to start doing our broadcast indoors in the AC during the summer, and so that's where we're at. So I waited all day long for the guy to show up, the AC technician. He didn't get there till 3. And then he did his little thing and got it cooling, and then after he left and when it got down to the temperature, we realized that the fan was still blowing. So called him back, hey, you got to come back out here, the fan's still rolling. And then that night, which was Monday night, we woke up to the whole house filled with, or smelling of smoke rather, and like electrical fire smoke, and got up, investigated, and shut down the AC unit, and waited half the day on Tuesday for the guy to come and check it out. So that was yesterday. Today is Wednesday, and so we talked about doing the show yesterday afternoon, and I don't know what to tell you. Things happened. The planets did not align properly to give you a good quality show. Now, let me rewind a bit and let's talk about last week's show. We had the Gator Hunter Daniel, the legend, excuse me, on the show, and Wayne talks in a very high level, and I talk in more of a medium level, and Daniel talks in a really soft level. Obviously, if you listen to the show, you know what I'm talking about. We're a very basic podcast here. This is 12 shows in. We're just getting into the groove here and figuring out what kind of equipment we need and to give you guys a better production. So we have been using a single mic, and for just Wayne and I, tends to work out okay, but we quickly realized when we got guests that have a different voice level, then we're going to need to mix the levels up a little bit and get everybody on equal plane so it sounds better for you. Plus, we had, like I said earlier, we were broadcasting in the garage, and we had the first half of the show, the fan was not on, and we were dying out there, and the bugs and the flies were just killing us. And so we turned on the fan for the second half of the show, and it just is this constant buzz in the background. And even in post-production, I tried to eliminate some of the background noise the best I could, and boost up Daniel the the best I could, but I failed, and I apologize. Number one, professionally speaking, I don't think that the episode should have been aired. But personally speaking, Daniel is a great guy. It was a great interview, and I hated not putting it up or putting it off and redoing it later. Because who knows? If we said, okay, let's come back in a couple of weeks and let's do it over, then maybe after telling the story the first time, it's not going to carry the same weight the second time. You know, maybe Wayne and I's reactions and questions would be different listening to it the second time. So you see what I'm kind of weighing with there. So that's why we went ahead or I rather, pulled the trigger and went ahead and put it up there. So I don't know if you noticed that the quality of the microphone is a little better. I upgraded our microphone system due to the situation of last week, and I investigated doing the mixers and things, and so anyway, this is a really bigger and better quality mic than what we were using before, and I tell you. From this end, it sounds really, really great. Sounds like really nice, warm tones, and although I'm still getting a little background noise, but you know that's to be expected because we're not in a professional studio, so everything's not 100% soundproof. So anyway, I wanted to do a quick little show. Because we owe it to you, our listeners, and especially you folks that are kind enough to subscribe to our show, and you know you're looking for your weekly downloads, and they're not downloading. So you're going, what the heck happened to the old guys? Did they die? No, we're still alive and kicking. But I felt like you needed to know why that you didn't get a show on Sunday, and here it is Wednesday, and so that was my explanation. I promise we're going to be doing more shows, or I am going to be doing more shows. We really need to make some changes with our production and our on-air broadcast. So I hope to give you guys we hope to give you guys a better quality of product in the very, very near future. So also, yesterday, for those of you who have been following the story of the Tavour app, Tavour, it's an app that you can download from Google Play and Apple. And if you remember, I ordered some beers to test. Well, first of all, actually, selfishly, there were some of the beers I really wanted to try, but also I wanted to test out the process. So you use the app, you click, and then apparently they only ship like once a month, once every 3 months. So like you can keep adding stuff to your crate, quote unquote, they call it, rather than shopping cart. You keep adding products, as you scan the app. Oh, I want that. Click. And it goes to your crate. So, and then at a certain point, then they charge you shipping additionally and ship the beer out to you. It arrived yesterday. First, I received an email a week ago telling me that it was going to come by a special courier, and that it was a signature required. And so the guy called, hey, I said, well, when can you be here? He said, I'll be there in an hour. I said, great. I'll be home. I won't be at work. I can sign for the thing. So he gets here and he's shot, and it's packaged well, and I get it. Look, I've ordered beer and liquor before and not had to sign for it. So I felt that was a bit of a pain in the ass. What if I was at work? How many days, because I have a really weird work schedule, how many days would I have to sit here and wait for the guy to make it several other attempts to deliver because it requires a signature? So anyway, here's my evaluation. Now, we're going to drink the beer and taste it and do it live here on the podcast. That's probably in the next week or two. And we've got like 3 different beers to test anyway. In my humble opinion, I can go down the road to the Total Wine and More store where they have a huge selection of craft beers from all over the world. No shipping. It's just gas right down the street. So that's my thought. So anyway, folks, like I said, a quick apology. Thank you for listening. All right, and that's all we got. Thank you for listening. We love you. Check us out, oldguys.biz. Oldguys.biz. Photos, podcast, store. Everything you need right there. All right, so that's it, bud. We'll see you guys next week. Expect a new show to be recorded on Sundays and be up by Mondays. And we're going to try to live up to that. All right? So that's all I've got. Thank you for listening.